feminine darlings. This is the Seraphim Gem Gypsy, SeraFae Indigo Empress, and Shiloh Horizon. I don't plan to be here for too long, but I do have a little reading to do, so why don't we jump into that, shall we? Interesting. I just heard something about a womanizer. Let's see what's up. Picking up a download about clearing out these jealous, angry, obnoxious karmics. I hear Trigger by Chinchilla again. So there's that. I'm picking up plagiarizing karmics, or those copycats, those clones, those doppelgangers. They can't keep up. They're burning themselves out, trying to keep up with myself and my collective. Never jam today. It's in reverse. I've been picking up that some of these karmics, I'm not the only one, have been going around trying to say that light workers that they've been trying to copy are fake. It's projection. They're trying to project themselves onto us. But the reference of the cake here, this is also how I know it's about the light workers that they've been saying this about. This has come up a few times in a few different readings I've noticed from other readers the last couple of days, including this morning, I think. And I mentioned in one of them, it was picking up karmics baking a hate cake, like trying to compete, right, in a spiritual kitchen, so to speak, and we're creating things with love, the recipe analogy. But they've been baking a hate cake. Except for, oh, that's funny, yeah, there it is. In high school for my senior exhibition project, did my project on wedding cake decoration. So I actually picked 2 mentors. You had to have 1, but I picked 2. One of them, I picked 2 because they did different things. One of them did fondant work, gum paste and fondant work. So I did a cake with that. And then the other one didn't use any of that, but only used piping tips and would do just cream, buttercream, icing. And so I learned to do both ways. And then after high school, I ended up getting a job as a cake decorator. Lead the way. Okay, so they're trying to copy the original, you see, but while trying to cover up their errors, cover up the fact that they've done anything wrong, or repaint themselves in someone else's likeness. Painting flowers red doesn't actually make them not white. In fact, that ruins the flower. Paint washes off anyway, crumbles off, damages the delicate rose. Doesn't work. You've changed in the night. We're elevating too quickly for them as well. They were impulsive. They were not thinking before making reckless choices. I also don't think that they were realizing that they were being observed in doing this. They thought that they were getting away with things, but people saw what they were doing, you see. Curiouser and curiouser. Yeah, and we're looking at them sideways. Bombastic, side eye. Criminally offensive, side eye. If you know, you know. Heard. It's funny. Oh, there we go. It's been a topic today. The Seelie and the Unseelie, both realms answer to me. You barked up the wrong tree with this one, honey. Elemental communication. This is referencing the Fae realm. Flower energies, fairy energy, elemental messengers. Oh no. Oh no. You know what I heard a divine masculine say earlier? This person made her whole character development, or modeled her whole character development after MGem's real personality, and now is advertising such and such and so and so. Yeah, she's made a whole quote unquote book about it that she claims. She's creatively originated herself, even though I can prove that I've copyrighted it long since, before her account was ever created, in fact. And now she's saying she wants to put it on Amazon, and so she's trying to sell my stolen content. That's what that is. My copyrighted content. That's a lawsuit. And I'm not playing games. It's not a character role for me, it's my real life. And that's somebody trying to steal food out of my child's mouth and damage what I've been building to leave her. When I'm eventually no longer here, you may not do that. That's her inheritance, not yours. But it's not up to you. And you don't have to like what I'm saying. I am going to send my lawyers after you. Thank you. Don't do it. Divine masculines, it's too late. You already need to get legal intervene. You need to get legal involved. Indubitably. However, the continuance of such nonsensical atrocities will result in further litigation and damages towards the people who are committing the offenses continually. This is how that works. It's just how the law works. The more you do it, the longer you do it, the worse it is, the more, even just simply inconvenience you put onto the victim, it's worse for you in court. They'll max out your sentences and penalties and not give you any leniency or leeway. Like her karmic female says, I feel judged. You are being judged. You were misjudging people and thought you could step on people and take what you wanted from people, but you came after a holy seraphim incarnate. Okay? Yes, mercy and compassion and forgiveness angel, but I gave some of that and you thought it was weakness and you took advantage of that and tried to stir the pot again. It's not the attention that you wanted, was it? Not that kind. Oh, because you're ruining my reputation. No, you did. I'm just not helping you hide it. Because the other half of that resonance, that dualistic energy, you see, is the justice and the karma angel, but also the judgment angel. I don't judge people except for their character. And yours is pretty garbage. Karmic. Based on your willingness to have zero empathy, ethics, or morality, and mistreat other people. Oh, also, and then try to play the victim or dismiss any kind of accountability. That's not very adult of you. I understand why your husband's leaving you. The little boyfriend over there. Not anymore. I may not be your cup of tea, but I'm your boyfriend's fantasy. We can get petty. Honey, you're not ready. I was playing nice, but we can change the setting. I don't want to do this. Yeah, it's not a fun game for you anymore, is it? Because you realize it's not a game. It's real life. It's fantasy for you, Delulu, but yeah, it was not the Salulu. 11:11 here on the clock on the East Coast. I may not be your cup of tea, but obviously I am. You're copying everything I do. But I'm definitely your boyfriend's fantasy. And sometimes karmics do that. If they're concerned that somebody's not interested in them, they'll try to emulate somebody that they think is popular or getting attention because they want that for themselves. Or they will emulate somebody that has the characteristics that the person that they're interested in likes. Maybe there's somebody that has a crush on a divine feminine, but the karmic female wants that person, so she'll start trying to copy the divine feminine to make him like her, or basically she thinks she can replace the divine feminine in whoever's life was interested in the divine feminine. It's very strange. I hear doppelganger. So if she thinks she can take your place, divine feminine's place, yeah, that's pretty much what they thought. Yeah, you heard that. Light workers laughing. That's not how that works. No, it's not. They're learning that the hard way, aren't they? Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? She pissed off both sides of the elemental realms. Yeah, here, stop playing in our energy. You're gonna stop playing cosplay while being sacrilegious to the exact same thing that you're pretending to copy. Trying to copy, mocking it at the same time. It's blasphemy. And I've been picking up that there are some karmics who don't believe in God. And so they thought that that's why they could combat us, or why it was appropriate, or that there would be no consequences. No, karma is still real, first of all. It's just, God is just another word for the universe. And first of all, what I mean, who pissed in your Cheerios? We all go through shit. Oh, I went through a problem in life, so God's not real. Fuck God. Ma'am, I'm a widow. Been sexually assaulted. The doctor who delivered me nearly killed me the day I was born. I got him fired as a newborn, brand spanking new baby, day old. All the nurses went on strike after that. Was raised in a narcissistic household. Ended up in a narcissistic relationship as a result of that. Escaped that. Ended up with true love, only to have him bullied by the same people who were bullying me. And then my only child held hostage. All by the same people who are sexual deviants and assailants. So you can't hurt my feelings. Not the way you wanted to, not the way you thought you could. And you definitely can't compete where you don't compare. You couldn't handle what I've been through. Bar none. So thanks. Silly. Shine bright like a diamond. But you would never know. You see, they try to copy what they see on the outside because they think it looks sparkly. You don't know what it took to become who I am and have the strength and tenacity that you don't know. You have a little inconvenience in your life and you try to throw the towel in. Ma'am. And so here's the other side of that. I'm not a Bible thumper. I absolutely believe in God. I didn't used to. I'm an ominist. There's a difference. And the problem with, I don't believe in God, so I'm going to be combative against you. Okay, so you're letting the devil influence you. You claim you're not a God person, but you're in such dark energy. That's just what it is. Do you see that? I don't believe in that. Well, guess what? You're embodying it. First of all, what was the other reference? You had a couple points, didn't you? So you believe in that. You believe in the mediumship, though. Where do you think that comes from? I'm an ominist. I understand your atheist perspective, but here's the problem. I've met atheists who don't treat people like you do, who don't go around breaking the law and just being unethical little brats, karmic. That's not an excuse. And that's not why you have an issue with me. You have an issue with me because you're being demonic, whether you claim atheism or not. I have a very mixed bloodline. I was raised Christian. In fact, the Christian people in my family, yeah, they don't like me very much. You know why? Because I'm not Christian. I'm spiritual. I'm an ominist. So I understand where you think you're coming from, but you don't understand where I'm coming from. It's why I can teach from a Hindu perspective. It's why I can teach from an Asian perspective. It's why I can teach from a Celtic perspective. It's why I can teach from an Egyptian perspective. It's why I can speak from an angelic perspective. I've lived many lives. In fact, I've done all of them. But regardless of which way you spin it, whichever language, whichever continent, my point is, karmic, you're incorrect. End of discussion. Didn't I post about that earlier? It was a song. Imagine, let's find it. In fact, before I go, let's document that, because I know exactly who that was. I've been waiting for that. I know you just couldn't help yourself. They always do it. I have them blocked. So then they make a fake account to comment. Let's see. I'll find it just a second. But thank you for proving that intuition wrong. I've been waiting for that for the last couple of hours. You're not very smart, are you? Now they're upset because they thought that would hurt my feelings or confuse me. It didn't. Or are you spooked now? I've got some cards for you too. Okay, let's see. She's laughing at me. Yeah, I think it's hilarious. Let's see. It would have been in one of the comments. Yeah. Here we go. I am not the one, little bum. Fuck where you're from. You better run. Fuck you. These are lyrics. She says, I will tell you like this. I'm still a big shit talker because I've got the biggest follow through. I follow money. You try to get hoes to follow you. Keep my name out of your mouth. There are other ways for you to get that clout. Like dick riding. Like you do behind the scenes. A couple reasons these losers have been turning to haters. I am a motherfucking reminder of how they can never make it. I'm up in this shit. I never needed anyone. I'm a business, bitch. You've got to pay me to show up. Especially when you're trying to advertise my stolen contents. That's money that you owe me, and I didn't sign a contract for you to do that, so whoops on you, not my whoops. Attitude like, fuck you, pay me. You're gonna see me in a red Mercedes. You fucking buffoon. You think you're fucking with me? You've got that, I don't really know why that bitch intimidates me. Shit. It's ironic. I'm a CEO. I've got that energy, you know, big dick energy shit. That wavy baby make you seasick, and I'm upping the prices so dummies don't come around. You're sus in the comments. I posted this, when was this, an hour ago? 5 hours ago. You're not very smart. You're sus in the comments. Screenshot. But that's because you're sus in real life. Imagine making fake pages just to speak your own mind. God damn, that must suck. You hate yourself and know why. Seek help, little bitch, before you take your own life. Go to therapy. And I will do you a favor. And I will link this right now in the description box of this video, just for ease of clickability. You're welcome in advance. I am not the one, little bum. Potato head. Do that. And while we're here, just for giggles, get an extra timestamp. Don't play me. I'll send this right to the lawyers. Okay, now. Yeah, why did we do that? Why are you so ignorant? Better question I have for you. And there's that. And now that that's being appropriately addressed and established, moving on. Righty then. Shine bright like a candle, like a diamond. I was listening to Diamond by Chinchilla earlier too. It's a good one. Okay, so this one is trying to please everyone. I don't do that. That's why you see some of these people are mad, but it's not about pleasing everybody. And I have been the first person to admit that. Don't you know? I've had that America's Sweetheart song up for years. And I'm not America's sweetheart, but you love me anyway. Forget who you are. It doesn't matter what they say. These are people with identity crisis and personality disorders. That's why they're nitpicking other people apart. They get mad when I see who they are and call them out for it. But they thought that trying to provoke a fight and pick an issue is the best option. And you know why? They've reduced themselves to making fake accounts to leave comments again, because I picked up so badly earlier for hours. They just desperately wanted me to, because I blocked them. They're causing instigations, or they did, to try to get a reaction because they want me to come in their comment section and defend myself so they can try to spin the narrative and say that I'm harassing them. Like the comment, why are you being so rude? You mean when I'm calling somebody out for stealing food out of my child's mouth and frankly just breaking the law and being a horrible piece of shit? Oh, but you think I'm the problem? You think the bear is the problem for roaring when somebody tried to attack her cubs? Pfft, girl, please. Ah, you're funny. Joke's on you, bitch. I feel my vibe tribe. There's a giggly energy behind it, and I love it. I'm here for it. I hear West Coast. Somebody on the West Coast. Somebody on the West Coast. Okay. Hilarious. Let's put this away. What else do we need? Might as well. These people are in trouble because God said that's enough. You shouldn't be doing that to my light workers, right? You're trying to create burdens, unnecessary burdens, when I've got a mission for them. I mean, like, these people are demonic. Even if they claim they don't believe in God, they're deliberately trying to get in the way of other people's life path and purpose, divine path and purpose, that they are following guidance, yeah, to abide by. These people are not following any kind of guidance. They're listening to their own lower impulses and the devil. They're trying to block people from fulfilling their jobs, life missions, duties, etc. But that's why they're going to be cleared out of the way. God said, nope, not today, bitch. I don't care who you think you are. I'm about to put you in the dirt and remind you, not it. Not shit. Yeah, see, you thought you were boss. Nope, you came across a real one. Emperor in reverse. Ooh, Empress in reverse. Yeah, happy divorce. Yep, they wanted other people stuck in their head, trapped, but now they are. Because they were being sneaky and manipulative, little circus tents, not my circus, not my monkeys. They thought that they were going to be little grifters. Didn't work. Now they've left themselves out in the cold. They got put out in the cold, in fact, for being shitty. Yeah. Everything they wanted hidden got exposed, including they wanted light workers to be behind the scenes, hermit, right? So that people wouldn't know. How would people know that they were copying you if you never popped out? Right. Well, light workers have been coming out of their shell, and these people thought that they'd successfully taken our spots, and now they're realizing that that's not the case, and everything that they built on our names and our energy and our foundations that they tried to steal and snatch from us, energy harvest, destiny swap, and whatever variation and combination, yeah, that's crumbling. Look, even their, split the deck, even their home lives, marriages crumbling. Nine of Pentacles in reverse, telling you everything. Straight down the tubes in the toilet. Guess that's what you get for being shitty. Your mouth is smelling shitty from the bullshit that you tell. Oh well. Yeah, immature. Little fishy. So there's that. Okay. Good idea. Let's pause and shake this energy up a little bit, shall we? Getting too low to be able to do that. Hold on. Somebody says, do what normally? Can't hear. I have more product in here so I can just dip my lip in. But I'm getting to the bottom of that one, so I have to scoop it with the back of my finger now. It didn't work. It's okay. We have solutions. Create a problem solver. They could never. These karmics could never. Funny, funny. Let's see. We'll do this. Lightworker energy. This one was in regards to some of the plagiarizer energies from earlier. I did pull some on myself, but I have some light workers that may resonate with this as well. Subordination, right? So honor to the divine, capable of withstanding high tension. Yeah, like they could never, like I said. Letting go, averting confrontation, honest, faithful to what is superior, capable of recognizing true hierarchy, conscious of one's place in the cosmic order, allowing us to unmask traitors and uncover schemes and plotting, supporting altruistic initiatives, bringing a sense of duty. I didn't actually read these earlier, so we're going through them together. I was shuffling in the dark, and when I realized there was a pattern coming out, I stopped. That's why I grabbed these other decks, and I figured we'd just break it down. So that's what we're doing. I do have another one that I haven't pulled yet. But supporting altruistic initiatives, bringing a sense of duty, giving rise to scientific discoveries, a trustworthy person, contract, alliance, commitment, philanthropic association, rebirth, sowing seeds of a new life. That word came up earlier, resurrect, understanding the laws of reincarnation. Well, I'm a past life regressionist, and also been picking up that these karmic people, they have not learned their lesson. Okay, let me give you an example. The plagiarizer energy from earlier that I had to call out, it's giving ammonite seashell. Sorry, that was loud. Ammonite seashell. Okay. Ashes all over my hands now. Your favorite clothes by Ashes, Rainy. There's a line about ashes in that. But anyway, the ammonite seashell is a reference of these karmic cycles. It starts out as a really small, in fact, this is a better way to show you. Starts out as a really small spiral here in the center of this. Sorry, that was loud. And then it starts to get bigger. And the reference point is that you start in the beginning, you think you know something about a cycle or a lesson point, and then the cycle repeats or the lesson repeats, and there's often more to learn and more to know. And if there's not, then you've overcome and mastered the cycle, and then you move on to the next one. It's kind of a similar thing in different lives as well. And these karmics right now, they don't understand or acknowledge that, and they don't care to. But I saw a video today from this morning from Selena Spooky Boo, and in her own way, that's what she was describing as something that she's just recently figured out. But that is something that I've been teaching here for years. So she's getting it. It's not that some people aren't. Excuse me. It's not that everybody isn't. It's that these karmics aren't. We're not the problem. Plenty of people are coming to the same levels of, she called them downloads too. Some of the information she was getting, like she was getting it. The only thing I worry about with her is just that she needs to make sure she's protected. I know sometimes she researches some darker stuff, and especially somebody that's so energy sensitive, she needs to be careful of that. Sending love, Cell. If you ever see this, give me a shout, girl, if you need help. But anyway, so she was picking this up. They're very angry. The other reference was the lesson point repeating and cycling, kind of like in high school. Let's say you had calculus, but then you also have calculus 1, 2, 3, and I think usually 4. Most of those math classes, whether it be trigonometry or geometry, they have multiple levels depending on the class, often up to usually 4-ish. Okay, so there are different levels. I hear new levels, new devils also. Yeah. There's a question of how, protection, how, awareness is a big key point. And just simple maneuvers, mechanisms, moves, prayers even. But a big piece of that is awareness, because without that, why would you even know to do it, right? That's all. If you need help, girl, give me a shout. Something that I think about a lot with her. I've noticed it for a while. I've noticed she's was more tapped in, I think, than she realized. Just maybe not entirely cognitively. She's getting it. She's funny too. We're getting flashbacks. She had some shorts that popped up earlier, like short videos. And they made me laugh. I have tears in my eyeballs. Rebirth, understanding the laws of reincarnation. She talked about that too, getting past life downloads, pieces of it. Bringing to an end, helping terminate what has been started, right? So it's the cycle. There's no need to, once you get through the cycles of calculus 1, 2, 3, once you know it, you know it, you know. You don't need it anymore. Concrete realizations, materialization, concerning medicine and health, yeah. Terminal phase in which the seed of renewal is found, accompanying the dying, great experience of life and opening of consciousness. And the only reason I say concern about just making sure she's safe is because that's how it manifests. They start trying to target energetically, but it manifests as problems in life often, and or health. A lot of the time it can affect your body over time, and you don't want that. So that's all. Awareness and self-protection and discipline comes with practice. Helps to have somebody that can explain it, though, honestly. And as a real practitioner, I'm not talking about the copycat fakes. Thank you. Accompanying the dying, great experiences of life and opening to consciousness. Yeah, I just talked about that a little bit. Fidelity, reconciliation, affinity, facilitating learning, good memory. Friendships. Somebody's mad. There's a karmic who's mad. No, there's no shade towards Cell. But these are things, what I'm speaking about are not things that you can just expect somebody who's self-admittedly just really opening up to a lot of this and understanding it more, and still has questions and is processing it. It's not something you can expect them to just know, like I said. So there's no blame, just these are things you might want to know. I wish I had known sooner and I figured out along the way, but maybe don't step in the mud pile. Maybe let me help you navigate a smoother path. That's all. You know, if you want to step in the mud, that's your prerogative, but it's a lot more difficult of a journey in quicksand, you see. That's all. Just for anybody. It's a general statement. It's a very complex topic. And there's a karmic trying to nitpick, but I don't think that's something that I would have to explain to Selena. I'm pretty sure she understands that. Self-admittedly. I keep getting flashes of her little short videos. She's so freaking funny sometimes. A lot of the time. She's funny a lot of the time. Every time I start laughing again, it's a new flashback. All of her shorts on YouTube. Somebody says, how long have you known about her? A few years on YouTube. I think I've subbed to her for a few years. She's funny. All right. Facilitating learning, good memory, friendships, get-togethers, faithful servant, preparation for meetings, faithful to divine principles. I hear something about a sleepover. I bet those would be an adventure. I heard that we could go ghost hunting. Oh my god, that's so cute. Yeah. Oh gosh, my kind of jam. Giving to unity and to union, complementary balance of the masculine and the feminine, order and harmony. Fountain of wisdom, purity, gentleness, goodness, radiating great spiritual values such as altruism, devotion, generosity, detachment, and unconditional love. Somebody says, I don't think she's very funny. Well, I don't think you've got a very good taste in humor then. Which makes me laugh. I think you're just rude. Radiating great spiritual values such as altruism, devotion, generosity, detachment, right? I'm not going to let these weirdos have any kind of say in anything. Thank you. Unconditional love, helping us advance the easy way. Oh, didn't I just say that? Right. Maybe not through the mud path, the quicksand. It's harder to get out. Success in business, that it's useful for the community. You know what I see? It's like not even just saying, hey, watch out for the quicksand. It's like throwing a board over it so people can walk over it, kind of like a bridge, a bit easier. Yeah. Or pull themselves out if they fall in. Success in business that is useful for the community. Exactly. Linked to waters, springs, seas, rivers, emotions, and feelings. So that's why these karmics are all up in their feelings. They're quite upset right now. Projecting, tried to. Providential person, capable of solving compromising situations. Exactly. Political order, even if it's not politics, actual politics, although I did just tag the Prime Minister of Canada in my last post on the community board. So there's that. But this is more about a just energetic, a sovereign state of, this is my kingdom. I don't care what you say or what character role you're claiming you're playing. This is my real life and my bloodline, and you're not going to step on my toes or disrespect my kin. And I don't mean the fake ones who tried to step on my toes in this life. I mean my ancestors, where I came from, including of myself. Do you know how many times I've come back through my own lineage that I created and then came back through, had my children and then came back through them and as my own grandchildren and such and so forth? No match. They're no match. Establishing the laws of heaven on earth, procuring lucidity. Yeah. And even simply, there was a bit of communication today about lucid dreaming and just being lucid of the spirit plane, and why, how, if somebody's unconscious, either asleep or even under anesthetic, potentially, it could put them into an astral space, which does feel very ungrounded. And by the way, black tourmaline is a crystal that a lot of people use for grounding, and I like it, but I am not really a big black tourmaline girl. A lot of the time it runs away from me. It's just not my stone for me personally, and for other people that'll be the opposite. But for me personally, it's too heavy for my energy. I don't like it. I prefer the jet obsidian, and it doesn't anchor me. It anchors me and helps me ground physically, but it doesn't weigh my spirit down the same way, and I like and I need that. So, food for thought. I'm feeling Selena Spooky Boo in that, or somebody in that kind of a space of energy potentially. That's not for everybody. I feel like, especially for air signs, because you don't want to weigh down an air sign too much. There's groundedness that's important, of course, but we're air signs, that's not where we thrive. That's not our element, is to be so weighed down. Quite the opposite, in fact. I see a karmic writing a note about that. Allowing us to discover secrets, mysteries, natural authority, obedience, loyalty, president, leader, minister. Didn't I say just tag the prime minister? Wow. ambassador, consul, person in charge, teacher, unmasking traitors, security and protection while traveling, protecting against accidents, success in external relations. I just genuinely feel so sad, honestly, for the whole situation. I feel like it's unnecessary. There was no conflict or tension that I was aware of between Maine and Canada before this. And also Maine's a blue state. Like most of us don't like him, as far as I know. I didn't vote for him. And I did vote. But it's just sad. Like, I think that I don't blame him for his beliefs and his encouragement not to send people to vacation here. I absolutely don't blame him. I can't say that I would necessarily have said or done something different in that position, but I do think it's genuinely sad because the people who didn't want him in power, a position of authority and power, because we knew that this was the type of thing that would happen, those are the people who are suffering from the bad choices of other people that we warned them about before they made them. So it's like they just disregarded the truth tellers and made bad choices that are affecting everybody, including the truth tellers, negatively, or have the potential to. It's just sad. I just think it's unnecessary, causing interference in an otherwise peaceful set of relations. And that is what happens when you let bigots and tyrants in any kind of position of power. In fact, it makes their head bigger. It doesn't make it better. So I fully understand why he's setting these sets of boundaries. I don't blame him. But it's sad. And I have family that has businesses here. I live in a tourist town, so that's the thing. But while I do hope for a more peaceful and balanced resolution, I cannot say that I blame him or am upset. I think it would be wrong to be upset with him for feeling that way and thinking that, frankly, hopefully we can work out some kind of peaceful cooperation, middle ground, but goodness. Protecting against accidents, success in external relationship, instructing and teaching during the night. What time is it? 11:51 here on the clock on the East Coast. Establishing absolute power of the spirit. I did that one too. Obedience, faithful servant, trust and favor from superiors, discipline, talked about that earlier, sense of order, loyalty, devotion, altruistic acts. Did we do that one already? Obeying divine laws and the authority that represents them. A life devoted to the service of an established order. Minister, there's that again, prime minister reference. President, director, government leader. Peace, harmony, intelligence, at ease with ambiguity, obedience without necessarily understanding of divine justice, though, upright, responsible, incorruptible. It's also how I see through these corrupt karmics, and accepting the rigors of one's destiny without protest. Universal medicine, infinite goodness, unconditional service, capacity to understand, leading to lasting healing through understanding, allowing us to detect and identify the cause of an issue or an illness, great healer. This could be in past lives too, where these cycles may very well repeat. Let's just quickly. leading to lasting healing through understanding, allowing us to detect and identify the cause of an illness. Yeah. Great healer, bearer of universal remedies, bestower of the philosopher's stone, patron of high sciences, giving the essential truth, leading to the understanding of the dynamics of the universe. Also, expert in esoteric knowledge, the Kabbalah, alchemy, metaphysics, etc. And that's that ominism reference, by the way, also. A truly wise person, an elevated soul. Elevated soul, as this hits the ground and says, nope, no grounding right now. Let it go. Okay. Fidelity, reconciliation, affinity. Guess even that's a little too much right now. Facilitating learning, good memory, friendship, get-togethers, faithful servant, preparation for meetings, faithful to divine principles. Oh, we did this one, I think. Giving life to unity and union. Yeah, we did that one. And that one. Renowned celebrity, patronage, philanthropy, political, artistic, and scientific activities, great generosity, encouraging goodness, leader, diplomacy, leadership, fortune, wealth, business, altruism, allowing us to make surprising discoveries and also travel. So there may be travel coming for some. This may be someone traveling towards you. This may be you traveling towards someone, but like I was speaking of divine masculine, either she goes towards him or he travels towards her. I'm not talking about those karmics wishing to project. I think I need to wait on that right now, on these other cards. What I will do is pull a few for, speaking of, the twin flames. Love changes everything. Days are longer, words mean more. Joy is more intense, pain is deeper. And love can turn your world around. The world, that world will last forever. It also says, pure love is like the perfume of the rose, given to all. The sun does not care upon whom it shines. The quality of true love, of pure love, knows no such distinction. I don't know if that's registering. Hold on. It's a little dark. Still a little dark. But anyway. Anything else? I think I need to drop the mic right there. Please remember to pray. Do no harm, take no crap, and I'll catch you on the next one. Blessings and namaste.